My girlfriend posted a TikTok. When he says, I love you, but can't even afford to take you to Nobu, I just taken her to a Michelin star restaurant the week before. It just wasn't the right one. I duet her video when she says, I love you, but only loves your wallet. Her tags of me got her friends commenting. Original post. 28 male. Need to get this off my chest because my phone has been blowing up for 3 days straight, and I genuinely don't know if I'm a villain here or not. So I've been with my girlfriend for about 14 months. We met through a mutual friend at a birthday party, hit it off, and things moved pretty quickly. She's beautiful, funny when she wants to be, and honestly, the first few months were great. Looking back now, I can see the red flags I ignored, but hindsight's 20/20, right? For context about me, I work as a financial analyst at a consulting firm. I make decent money, not rich by any means, but comfortable. I drive a 7-year-old Honda because it runs fine and I'd rather invest than have a car payment. I live in a nice apartment, but nothing flashy. I don't really broadcast my finances because I've been burned before by people who suddenly got real interested in me once they found out my salary. My girlfriend works as a receptionist at a real estate office. Nothing wrong with that at all, but she's very into the influencer lifestyle. She's got about 8K followers on TikTok and takes it very seriously. Everything is content. Every meal, every outfit, every moment we spend together, she's filming. Last week, I took her out for our anniversary. I made reservations at this incredible French restaurant that has 1 Michelin star. I'm talking $400 for the two of us after wine and tip. The food was genuinely amazing. I thought she had a good time. She was taking pictures of everything, seemed happy, posted stories about how blessed she was. Then, 3 days ago, I'm scrolling TikTok before bed, and her video pops up on my For You page. She's doing that trend where you lip sync to audio while text appears on screen. The audio was something like, "The audacity of men," and her text said, "When he says I love you but can't even afford to take you to Nobu, face with rolling eyes like, sir, you're 28 with a Honda. I need a man, not a project." I literally felt my stomach drop. But here's the thing that really got me. She had tagged my account. And in the caption, she wrote, "Loving him is my biggest act of charity, LOL," with a bunch of hashtags about dating broke men. The comments were brutal. Her friends were all chiming in with stuff like, "Girl, you're too pretty for this," and "Dump him, queen," and "You deserve Nobu" in the Birkin. One of her friends commented, "I can't believe you stayed with him after he took you to restaurant name instead of Nobu, like that's not even comparable." So I found out that not only was the $400 dinner not good enough, but she'd apparently been complaining to her friend about it being the wrong fancy restaurant. I sat there for probably 20 minutes just staring at my phone. My hands were shaking. Not gonna lie, I teared up a little. 14 months. I thought I loved this girl. Then something in me just shifted. I downloaded CapCut, found the same audio she used, and made a duet. On my side, I put text that said, "When she says I love you, but only loves your wallet waving hand." And then I showed screenshots of the dinner receipt for $112.87, the reservation confirmation, and then just smiled and waved at the camera. I tagged her back. I posted it at like 11 p.m. thinking maybe a few hundred people would see it, and I'd feel slightly better about myself. I woke up to 52K views. By noon, it had 200K. Her original video was getting absolutely destroyed in the comments. People were doing the math on the restaurant, pointing out it was Michelin-starred, calling her entitled. Someone found her real estate office's page and left a review that just said, "This is where the Nobu girl works, LOL." She called me screaming. Full meltdown. "How could you do this to me? You humiliated me in front of everyone." I said, "You humiliated me first. You tagged me. Your friend saw it. My coworkers saw it. My MOM saw it." She said, "That was different. That was just venting." Venting? You call me a project. You said loving me was charity. I was joking. Really funny joke. I'm still laughing. She hung up on me. Her mom called me an hour later. That was a fun conversation. Apparently, I'm a vindictive little boy who doesn't understand how social media works, and I ruined her daughter's reputation over a silly video. I told her mom that her daughter ruined her own reputation by posting the video in the first place. Her mom said, She's a beautiful young woman with a bright future, and you just couldn't handle being told the truth about yourself. I said, the truth is I spent $400 on dinner and got called broke for it. Have a nice day. Hung up. Now my girlfriend, I guess ex-girlfriend at this point, because we haven't spoken since, and I'm definitely not reaching out, has posted 3 more TikToks. One crying about toxic men who can't handle feedback. One with her friends doing a girls support girls dance. And one where she's showing off her outfit saying, looking expensive because I am expensive. The comments on all of them are a disaster. People keep bringing up my duet. Someone made a compilation video that's at 1.2 million views now, comparing her broke boyfriend claims to the actual receipt. Her friends have been demaying me, calling me every name in the book. One of them said I peaked in high school, which is weird because I definitely did not peak in high school. My friends think this is hilarious. My coworkers keep making Nobu jokes. My mom called and said, I never liked her anyway. I don't know how to feel. Part of me is satisfied that people saw the truth. Part of me is genuinely sad because I thought we had something real. And part of me is worried I took it too far by making the duet public instead of just confronting her privately. But then I remember, SHE made it public first. SG tagged me. SHE won an audience. She just didn't expect the audience to side with me. AITA for duetting her video? Update 1, 4 days later. Okay, so things have escalated significantly since my last post, and I genuinely did not see this coming. First off, thank you to everyone who commented on the original post. The overwhelming consensus was NTA, and honestly, that helped me feel less crazy about everything. A lot of you asked for updates, so here we go. After my last post, my ex went radio silent for about 48 hours. I thought maybe she was finally going to let this die down, and we could both move on with our lives. Nope. She showed up at my apartment. I wasn't home. I was at work like a normal person with a job, but my neighbor texted me that some girl was banging on your door for like 10 minutes and then sat in the hallway crying. When I got home, there was a note shoved under my door. I'll paraphrase because it was 3 pages of her handwriting. The note basically said I owed her an apology, that my duet destroyed her brand, and that the least I could do was make a follow-up video saying I overreacted and that we were working things out. She said if I did that, she would consider giving me another chance. I read that note 3 times because I genuinely couldn't believe what I was seeing. She publicly humiliated me. I responded, and now she wants me to apologize so SHE can save face? And the reward for this apology is that she'll consider taking me back? The audacity was genuinely impressive. I didn't respond. 2 days later, I get a text from a number I don't recognize. It's her friend, the one who commented about how the restaurant wasn't even comparable to Nobu. She wanted to talk woman to man about the situation. I should have ignored it, but I was curious. She called me. The conversation went something like this. Her, look, I know you're upset, but you really messed things up for her. Me, she messed things up for herself. Her, she was just being honest about her feelings. Girls talk. It's not that deep. Me, she didn't talk. She posted it to 8,000 people and tagged me. Her, okay, but you didn't have to respond publicly. You could have been the bigger person. Me, why is it always the guy who has to be the bigger person when the girl starts it? Her, because that's what real men do. Me, cool. Tell her I said good luck finding one of those. She called me a narcissist and hung up. Here's where it gets interesting. Remember how someone left that review on her real estate office's page? Apparently, more people did the same thing. Not threatening or anything, just stuff like this is where Nobu girl works and ask her about Michelin stars. Her boss called her in for a meeting. She didn't get fired. I want to be clear about that. But according to what I heard through mutual friends, she got a serious talking to about her social media presence and how it reflects on the company. Real estate is all about image, and apparently her boss didn't love the idea of clients Googling the office and finding her viral video about how $400 dinners aren't good enough. Did I feel bad? A little. I never wanted her to have problems at work. But also, I didn't write those reviews. I didn't even know people were doing that until after it happened. The internet has its own momentum. My ex blamed me anyway. Obviously, she made another video, this time crying for real, about how she was being harassed at work because of one joke her ex couldn't handle. She said she was scared for her safety and that people were trying to ruin her life. The comments were mixed this time. Some people felt bad for her. Others pointed out that she started the whole thing. Someone commented, "Maybe don't publicly mock your boyfriend and tag him," which got like 15K likes. Then her mom got involved again. She didn't call this time. She made her own TikTok. I'm not joking. This woman, who's probably in her early 50s, made a TikTok defending her daughter. It was this whole thing about how her daughter is being bullied by the internet and how I was a cowardly man who weaponized social media against a sweet girl who just wanted to be loved. She said, and I quote, "My daughter deserves to be treated like a princess. If her boyfriend couldn't do that, she has every right to express her disappointment." Bro, $400 dinner. Michelin star. French restaurant with a 3-month wait list. If that's not treating someone like a princess, then the princess is unreasonable. The mom's video backfired spectacularly. People were roasting her in the comments. The entitlement is genetic got like 30K likes. Someone did a duet of the mom's video next to my original duet, and it went viral too. Here's the thing though, I haven't posted anything since my original duet. I made one video as a response, and I've stayed completely silent since. I'm not feeding this, but they keep posting, keep talking, keep making it worse for themselves. My ex texted me yesterday. I'll share the exact texts. Her, "Are you happy now? You destroyed my life." Me, "I made one video. You made 6. Her, "Because I have to defend myself because of what you did." Me, "No one's making you post anything." Her, "You know what? I thought you were different, but you're just like every other guy who can't handle a woman with standards." Me, "Your standards are unrealistic. That's not my problem anymore." Her, "You'll never find anyone as good as me." Me, K. She blocked me after that. I thought it was finally over, but then I found out she's been telling people that I was financially abusive during our relationship, that I controlled her spending and made her feel bad for wanting nice things. This is complete fiction. We never shared finances. We never even talked about combining money. I paid for most dates because I make more, but I never once told her what she could or couldn't spend her own money on. The only thing I ever said was that I didn't want to spend $600 on a random Tuesday dinner when we could go somewhere just as nice for less. Apparently, that makes me controlling. A few of my friends who are also friends with her have reached out asking what really happened because she's telling a completely different story now. I just sent them the original videos and said they could decide for themselves. Most of them sided with me. A couple went Switzerland and said they didn't want to get involved. Fair enough. I'm tired. This whole situation is exhausting. I just wanted to date someone, take her to nice dinners, maybe build a life together eventually. Instead, I'm in the middle of some weird internet drama because I didn't take her to the specific expensive restaurant she wanted. I'll update again if anything else happens, but honestly, I'm hoping this just fades away. Update 2, 9 days later. All right, everyone, buckle up because this update is long and the situation took a turn I genuinely did not anticipate. After my last post, things got quiet for about 5 days. My ex stopped posting about me. Her mom deleted her video. I thought the whole thing was finally dying down and we could all move on with our lives. Then I got served. Not legally served, I should clarify, but I got this long email from someone claiming to be a digital reputation consultant working on behalf of my ex. The email was very professionally written and basically said that my ex was exploring her legal options regarding my duet video because it had caused significant damage to her personal and professional reputation. The email asked me to remove my duet video, post a public apology acknowledging that my video was misleading, agree to not discuss our relationship publicly going forward, consider compensating her for lost income opportunities. In exchange, she would decline to pursue further legal action. I read this email like 4 times. Then I called my buddy who's a lawyer, not to hire him, just to get his opinion. He laughed for a solid minute. He explained that defamation requires false statements of fact. My video showed a real receipt from a real dinner that I really paid for. That's not defamation. That's just facts. He said she'd have no case and This was probably just a scare tactic to get me to take down my video. I didn't respond to the email. 3 days later, I got another email. This one was from my ex directly. It was different. She basically said she'd been doing a lot of thinking and that she realized she handled things poorly. She said she never meant to hurt me and that she was just venting because she'd been feeling insecure about our relationship. She said she missed me and wanted to talk things through and maybe start fresh. For about 30 seconds, I felt something. Some old part of me that remembered the good times wanted to believe her. Then I remembered the video. The charity comment. The Honda insult. Her friend calling me a narcissist. Her mom calling me a coward. The financial abuse lies. The fake legal threat. I replied, I appreciate you reaching out, but I don't think there's anything to talk about. I wish you well. She responded, seriously? After everything we had, you can't even give me a conversation? I didn't reply. She sent 5 more texts over the next 2 hours. They escalated from sad to angry to threatening. The last one said, fine. If you want to play games, we can play games. You have no idea what I'm capable of. I screenshot everything, just in case. The next day, I get a call from an unknown number. I usually don't answer those, but something told me to pick up. It was her dad. Now, I'd only met her dad twice. He's divorced from her mom, and they don't have a great relationship. He seemed like a reasonable guy the few times we interacted. The conversation went like this. Him, hey, this is X's father. I know we don't know each other well, but I wanted to reach out. Me, okay. Him, I saw the videos. All of them. I want to apologize on behalf of my daughter. Me, I appreciate that, but you don't have to apologize for her. Him, I know, but I'm embarrassed. I raised her better than this. Or I thought I did. Me, with all due respect, sir, her mom seems to encourage this behavior. Him, long sigh, yeah. I know. That's part of why we're divorced. He went on to explain that his ex-wife had always been status-obsessed and had raised their daughter with the same mentality. He said he tried to counteract it when she was growing up, but the damage was done. He said he talked to his daughter, and she was not in a good place, but that was her problem to fix, not mine. He told me to move on with my life and not engage with any more of her attempts to contact me. He said, she's going to try to manipulate you back. Don't fall for it. You seem like a good kid. I thanked him for the call. It was weirdly validating. True to his prediction, my ex tried one more approach. She showed up at my apartment again, this time when I was actually home. I heard knocking and checked the peephole. It was her. I didn't open the door. I know you're in there. Your car's in the lot. I stayed silent. Please, I just want to talk. I promise I'll be calm. I said through the door, there's nothing to talk about. Please leave. Can you at least open the door? This is embarrassing. No. Why are you being like this? I said I was sorry. You actually didn't. And even if you did, sorry doesn't undo everything. We're done. Please stop coming here. So that's it. A year of us together, and you won't even look at me. That's it. Goodbye. She stood outside my door for another 10 minutes. I could hear her crying. Part of me felt bad. Breakups are hard, even when they're justified. But I kept reminding myself of everything she said and did. Eventually, she left. Here's the resolution part that I think a lot of you were waiting for. The internet drama is mostly over. The viral moment passed. People moved on to the next thing. Her videos about me are still up, but they've stopped getting new engagement. My duet is still up too. I see no reason to take it down. My ex apparently deleted her TikTok entirely about a week ago. I heard through the grapevine that she was getting comments on every video, even ones unrelated to our situation, referencing the Nobu thing. I guess she decided it wasn't worth it anymore. She's still at her job, as far as I know. The review situation blew over once people stopped caring. Her boss apparently told her to keep her head down for a while. Her friends have all unfollowed me and blocked me, which honestly is fine. I didn't want to be connected to any of them anyway. As for me, I'm doing okay. Not great, but okay. I'd be lying if I said this whole thing didn't affect me. I think about it more than I'd like to. Some nights I wonder if I went too far with the duet. Other nights I remember what she said about me, and I feel justified all over again. I haven't dated anyone since. Not because I'm hung up on her, but because I need a break. I need to recalibrate what I'm looking for and what I'm willing to accept. My therapist, I I started seeing someone because this whole thing kind of broke something in me. Said that the anger I feel is valid, but I need to let it go eventually. That holding on to it only hurts me. I'm working on it. Last thing, about 2 weeks ago, I was grabbing coffee at this cafe I like, and I ran in her dad. Total coincidence. He saw me, gave me a nod, and said, "Proud of you for how you handled things." I said thanks. Hope she figures things out. He shrugged. She will or she won't. Not your problem anymore. He's right. It's not my problem anymore. I don't know if this story has a moral. Maybe it's that you should be careful who you date. Maybe it's that social media is a double-edged sword. Maybe it's that sometimes the best revenge is just showing the truth and letting people decide for themselves. I'm not happy this happened. I didn't win. There are no winners here. But I'm also not ashamed of anything I did. She wanted an audience. She got one. She just didn't expect them to have opinions of their own. Thanks for following along, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Final update, 3 weeks later. I wasn't going to post again, but something happened that I feel like provides actual closure to this whole situation. So here we go. About a week after my last update, I was at happy hour with some coworkers. We were at this bar we hit up sometimes after long weeks. I'm 3 drinks in, finally feeling somewhat normal again, when one of my coworkers nudges me and says, "Dude, isn't that your ex?" I look over, and sure enough, she's at a table in the corner with some guy I've never seen before. They're clearly on a date, candles, leaning in close, the whole thing. My stomach did that drop thing again, but honestly, it was more surprise than jealousy. I tried to ignore it. I turned back to my coworkers, kept talking, kept drinking, but I could feel her eyes on me. She definitely noticed me too. About 20 minutes later, I get up to close my tab and leave. I'm waiting at the bar when suddenly she's right next to me. Hi. I didn't know you came here. First time actually. Coworker's choice. Awkward silence. Then she says, "I've been doing a lot of thinking. About everything." Okay. I was wrong. The video was wrong. The things I said were wrong. I know that now. I didn't say anything. Just waited. I've been in therapy too. My therapist says I have issues with validation, with needing external approval. That's why I was so obsessed with the whole influencer thing. That's why I cared so much about Nobu and being seen at certain places. Okay, I'm not asking you to take me back or anything. I know the ship sailed, but I wanted you to know that I'm working on myself and that I'm sorry. Actually sorry. Not sorry because I got caught sorry. This was the first time she'd genuinely apologized without any caveats, demands, or blame shifting. I said, "I appreciate you saying that. I hope therapy helps." That's it. What do you want me to say? I don't know. Something more. There's nothing more to say. You hurt me. I reacted. We both dealt with the consequences. Now we move on. Do you hate me? No. I don't have the energy to hate you. I'm just neutral about you now. She looked like that hit harder than if I'd said yes. Can we at least be civil? If we run into each other, we're being civil right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, sure. We can be civil. Her date came over then. Tall guy, expensive cologne, looked confused about why she was talking to some random dude at the bar. She introduced us awkwardly. "This is a friend." I almost laughed. I shook his hand, said "Nice to meet you," and walked out. Here's the part one wasn't expecting. I felt nothing. No anger, no sadness, no lingering attachment. Just nothing. And that nothing felt like freedom. I don't know if she actually changed. I don't know if the therapy is working or if she just said what she thought I wanted to hear. But honestly, it doesn't matter. She's not my responsibility. Her growth, if it's real, is for her and whoever she dates next. As for me, I've been doing better. Work is good. My friendships are solid. I started cooking more instead of ordering takeout. I joined a rec league basketball team with some guys from college. Small stuff, but it feels like building something instead of dwelling on something. I haven't been on TikTok in weeks. Don't miss it. Turns out life is better when you're not curating it for strangers. My duet video hit 2.3 million views before I privated it last week. I didn't need it up anymore. It served its purpose. Keeping it up would have felt like I was holding on to something I should have let go. Last week, my coworker asked if I wanted to be set up with someone, his girlfriend's friend who's really chill and doesn't do any social media drama. I said maybe. Baby steps. I think the lesson I'm taking from all this is simple. Value yourself first. If someone treats you like an option, makes you feel insufficient, mocks you publicly for not being enough, that's not love. That's someone who needs an audience more than a partner. I don't regret the duet. I don't regret showing people the truth. But I also don't want to be defined by it. I'm more than the Nobu guy. And I'm definitely more than someone who couldn't afford to treat someone right. I could afford it. I just couldn't afford the disrespect. Thanks for riding along, Reddit. Going dark on this account now. Take care of yourselves. And if someone makes you feel like you're not enough, believe them the first time and bounce. Peace.